guys, we're Dan and Michelle with Honeymoon Always, and today we are at the first stop of the ultimate Caribbean honeymoon tour. We are at Sandals Royal Plantation in Ocho Rios, Jamaica. Now today we are going to show you a day at Sandals Royal Plantation. We are going to take you along with the activities, the food, we're going to show you some of the rooms, and even more of the resort so you have a good idea of what it's like to spend your time here at Sandals. Sandals Royal Plantation is an all-inclusive resort about 90 minutes away from the Kingston Airport in Ocho Rios, Jamaica. There are 3 pools, 2 private beaches, and 5 on-site restaurants, though you can hop over to Sandals Ochi next door if you want even more dining options. If you like to golf, green fees are included, and scuba diving is also included, though you do need to pay for certification. Unique to this Sandals is that every suite includes butler service, and it's important to note that tips for your butler are not included in your resort fee.
For more on this resort, check the description of the video where you'll find links to tons of helpful information like last minute deals and how to book your stay. Plus, this helps support our channel, so thank you. So when we think about an all-inclusive resort in Jamaica, beaches come to mind first, and like snorkeling and things like that, then the food, but we're actually starting our day off here taking a tennis class. I love playing tennis, and they have group clinics every day. You can also get one-on-one stuff, but that's paid, that's extra. But they have the rackets, they have the balls, and everything you need. They also have yoga on the beach, which we're gonna do later on in the week. And they have a full service gym that's open 24 hours, so you can get a workout. So if you're looking to get some fitness, some physical activity to like work off that food that you'll be eating, this is a great place to go.
Okay, we started like, I don't know, an hour ago, and it is, I don't know, 9 a.m. I'm hot, I'm sweaty, you can see my face is like flushed. So Dan is playing on back here, but I have tapped out. I'm set. It's time for breakfast.
All right, we've made it to breakfast, and I've got the steel-cut oats, some scrambled eggs and sausage, a One Love smoothie, and Michelle's got an omelet with it's vegetable, Michelle? Mm-hmm. All right, so you can pick from an a la carte menu, or there's a buffet back there.
Okay, we have showered, rinsed off. Our bellies are full from breakfast, and we slathered ourselves with sunscreen and are on our way to go snorkeling. We did book ourselves ahead of time, which is great because we got the last slot, so don't wait for the last second to book snorkeling, but we're super excited. Snorkeling is included in the cost of this resort, which is awesome, but I will note that I did get a little bit seasick, and I wasn't the only one. We were only out for about 45 minutes, and it's just a quick 5-minute boat ride back to shore, so we did end up coming back a little bit early just because another guest wasn't feeling great.
All right, since snorkeling, we've just been hanging out on the beach, and now it's time to eat. So they brought me a grilled salmon, and Michelle's got
a plant-based burger.
Right.
We didn't even order this, and they just brought this to us. Dan, do you know what it is?
Coconut shrimp, some sort of beef Jamaican thing, French fries.
Okay, so we did tennis this morning, and the courts are right over here. You can also do pickleball over here. But now we're gonna show you guys the gym. Okay, so some of y'all might know that we traveled here with just carry-ons, and I am excited to show you guys the gift shop that they have here, because if you forget to pack something or if you can't fit it in your suitcase, they have a lot of stuff here. So I'm gonna show you some of the things that I think are important to know about. Number one, we got bug spray, and they have some itch cream. I just got bit, so I'm gonna be buying these shortly after we finish filming. They also have some Dramamine, which would have been great this morning when we went on the snorkeling tour, because I didn't feel great. But they've got basically everything you need up here.
They've got some sunglasses, some more functional things like hats and swimsuits. And I think for men, especially if you want to eat at some of the nicer restaurants, you're gonna need like linen pants and closed-toed shoes. So they do have those here. If you forget those, they have some nice ones. I'm trying to talk Dan into these, no joke. They have some cute swimsuits for the ladies, and they also have some nicer dresses. One thing that I think is fun is I know some people choose to get married here, and they do have a few different white dresses to choose from if you want to just like go with what they have here. They told me yesterday that they have a lot of sizes in the back, so hopefully you're good there. And then back this way, we have more of the souvenirs and fun things if you want to take those back home to remember your trip. So I just picked up this hydrocortisone cream for the bug bites. It was $4, so not bad. So we're trying tea time, which I think is unique to this resort, right, Dan? Yeah, unique to this resort, which is awesome. So she explained that we've got some warm scones up here, some other tasty things, and some sandwiches down here. And then we got to try, we got to pick our tea based on how much caffeine we want and the flavor. So excited.
Now we usually show you our suite, but let's just be honest, it's a bit messy right now. So here's the Governor's General Oceanfront 1-bedroom butler suite. That's a bit of a mouthful. But anyway, you can just imagine similar furnishings in a bit smaller of a suite to kind of get to your standard suite, because this one is a bit larger than average and a bit more expensive. And regardless of what size suite you have, they will have a nice ocean view.
We grabbed dinner at the Royal Cafe and Grill, which is the only restaurant on site for dinner that you don't need reservations for. There are 2 other dining options which you do need reservations for, but your butler can take care of all that for you, and only one of the restaurants requires resort evening attire, so pay attention to that. Okay, so we've been at the resort for a few days now. We've gotten to enjoy things, and we wanted to tell you guys a bit more about how we feel about having been here, talk about some pros and cons.
So one of the great pros is that it's all-inclusive, and it is like really all-inclusive. So other resorts, they don't include as much as Sandals does from my research. One of the big ones for me, from a planning perspective, are the shuttles from the airport. It's over an hour and a half to get here from the airport, and that transfer was included, and that is pretty rare for all-inclusives. They also have like the water sports included, and even tips are included. The only people you can tip on resort are your butlers and the spa services. Other than that, you're not going to be tipping here on resort.
Has anyone talked about what like the norm for tipping butlers is?
So they say online, just from talking to other people, that it's around $20 a day per butler, and whether you use both butlers or one butler, or one day we didn't even use our butler, kind of depends both on you and the schedule for the butlers. But that is not mandatory, and it's just kind of a suggestion from other guests that they say $20 per day per butler.
One thing that's been really nice about that is we did take an excursion and we went into Jamaica, like into the town, and tips were so aggressively pressured and it was uncomfortable. We frankly didn't even bring enough cash to tip people who didn't help us. In fact, a lot of times they were obstructing us like doing what we wanted to do, pretending they were helping us, and then they would basically require a tip. And so that was like uncomfortable and definitely something to look out for if you plan on leaving the resort. But on the resort, we have felt absolutely zero pressure, and our butlers have been awesome, so we are definitely tipping them. Another thing that has been really great that has come with the all-inclusiveness is the food. So not having to think about where we're gonna eat or basically cook for ourselves all week long has been amazing. And our butler actually, when we showed up, he just like made reservations for us for dinner for the week. And that's been great because then all we have to do is track him down and have him remind us where we're going because we forget. But it's been so nice. And the quality of the food has actually been better than we a little bit worried that it would be. You never know what you're getting yourself into, but it's been pretty good. What's been your favorite thing?
I had a grilled snapper, like I think the first night we were here, that was really good.
Yeah, I had some onion rings that were like 10 out of 10 that the butler dropped them off for me at the beach and I was like in heaven. So anyway, the food has actually been good and we've had some really good experiences. And some things that were like not our favorite, but we've also heard other guests say, oh, that was our favorite thing. So I think there's something for everybody.
And if the food selection here at the resort is not enough, you can just go next door to Sandals Ochi, where they have like 15 more restaurants. So you're pretty much guaranteed to find something you haven't tried before.
Yeah, I think this Sandals compared to other ones has fewer restaurants and they know that. And so what's really cool is you get to take advantage of how like quiet and small and like not crowded it is here, but you can go like 5 minutes down the street and enjoy the restaurants there too. So no shortage of food, but this is definitely the quieter side, which I think is another pro is it just feels very quiet. The beach is private, so we're not dealing with literally anybody else. It's just like other people who are staying here, and the water is amazing and they have all sorts of stuff for you to do in the water if you want to. So it's great.
Yeah, I mean here there's only 71 I think suites, and they're all butler service. So the staff, they like treat you very well. They know you every time you walk by. They're saying hello, good morning. So the customer service here is like top notch. It's been really great.
Yeah. The other thing that was a big surprise for us as very light sleepers is that the bed was super comfortable. Maybe one of the more comfortable hotel beds we've ever stayed in, and other people we've talked to have felt the same. So I hope that's like here to stay because that's been great.
Now on to the cons. There's just a few things we wanted to highlight. And one is there's a lot of stairs here, which Michelle and I didn't even notice because we're used to walking and going up and down hills in Portugal. But some of the guests here, if they have some mobility issues, this might not be the resort for them. And I heard that they're fixing an elevator and doing a better job with it. But as of now, you have to go downstairs to get to the beach.
The other thing is that the suites, especially like the bathrooms in the suites, look like they're like a little bit outdated. And I think that can be, we've heard some mixed feedback about that. We've also heard a rumor that they're going to be updating the suites like not too far in the future. So this may not even be like true information a year from now. But that was something that we noticed. We flew in like really late at night and we'd been traveling for like 22 hours and we showed up and I was a little surprised by the resort itself, like the room itself. Not this part that you can see here, but it was honestly mostly just the bathroom. But then like as soon as I like looked out the window, I was like, oh yeah, this is it. This is what's up. So the whole property itself is great, but I think that can be a surprise for some people. And the last thing is that we love that the shuttle will come and pick you up, but there's a schedule that'll take you over to the resort that's next door. One tricky thing that you do need to know is that even though they have a schedule to come back and pick people up, you have to call, like there's like a phone, like an old-fashioned phone on the wall that you have to call and let them know that you're waiting. And we've seen people just like sitting there waiting, not realizing that you have to let them know that you're waiting for them. They're not just gonna send the shuttle on the schedule that they have. So that's not like a con, that's just like an insider tip that you should know so you don't get stuck on the other side. Which actually reminds me that we've met a lot of people here who rebook year over year. This is definitely the type of place that people get really familiar with, and there's kind of sometimes like a lingo, and there's things you can order off the menu, and if you're in the know, you know to order certain drinks or certain foods or whatever. For example, we met a couple who she eats vegetarian, and she knew that they used to have this item on the menu, so she asked for it a day in advance so that she could eat it the next day, even though they no longer offer it. And it's stuff like that since this is our first time here, we just don't know. And so it's more of like scouring the Facebook groups to like figure out what we should ask for and what we should ask our butler to help us with, because we didn't know. So I think we're gonna put together a list of the stuff that we've learned, especially as we spend a few more weeks at different Sandals, to figure out the ins and outs so you can make the most of your time at Sandals, and especially if you have a butler, like making the most of having that experience.
So that was our experience here at Sandals Royal Plantation. It was our first resort and our first island of our Caribbean honeymoon tour. So I hope you'll continue to follow along as we see other resorts and other islands highlighting the Caribbean.
If you want more information about staying here, we have links in the description of this video below that you can check out. You can always send us a message or shoot us a DM. You can follow along with us on Instagram at HoneymoonAlways. And of course, we hope you will like and subscribe to our channel. We'll talk to you later.